This book I have in my hand right now is called I Fell in Love with It. Now imagine a person who gives you hope just turned out to be a murderer. Well, that's Charles Obrasky. Hi, I'm Shiny. I talk about real crime stories while sketching so we can understand the horror without turning it into entertainment and still respect the victims. Gurmukh Sobraj was born in 1944 in Sargaon during the Second World War. He later began using the name Charles Sobraj. His parents were never married. His childhood was deeply unstable because he moved between Vietnam, France, and Senegal. That instability didn't just shape him but trained him. By his teenage years, Sobraj had already learned how to steal, lie, and manipulate. When he went to prison in France for his early crimes, it didn't scare him because it educated him. He learned how systems fail, how guards can be bribed, and how authorities can be exploited. By the early 1970s, Sobraj discovered the hippie trial. It is a loose route stretching through Thailand, Nepal, India, and beyond. Thousands of Western travelers passed through these countries. They were idealistic, anti-authoritarian, and dangerously trusting. To Sobraj, this was perfect. He reinvented himself as a charming gem dealer in Bangkok. He spoke softly, smiled easily, and offered help without being asked. If a traveler was sick, broke, or struggling with paperwork, Sobraj stepped in. That's how he tracked them. Sobraj didn't kill impulsively. First, he drugged his victims using sedatives like Largectil or Mogadon. However, it was not always enough to kill, sometimes just enough to weaken them. Some victims were poisoned multiple times and kept semi-conscious for days. During that time, he stole their passport, took their money, and used their identities to travel. Victim became prisoner without even realizing it. When he grew suspicious, he killed them. Bodies began appearing across Thailand and Nepal. Some victims were strangled, some were burned, often to destroy evidence. Others were drowned or abandoned. Several bodies were found wearing bikinis, leading to the nickname the Bikini Killer. One of his earliest known victims was Teresa Knowlton. She was an American woman whose body was found on a beach in Pattaya, Thailand. In the same year, 1975, Laurent Carreri, a French student, was drugged by Sobraj, left unconscious, and later drowned in a tidal pool. In 1976, the body of Henk Bentanja, a Dutch traveler, was discovered hanging in a hotel room in Bangkok. Even his fiancée, Cornelia Hemker, was later found drowned after being poisoned. Well, these weren't crimes of rage. Sobraj killed when it benefited him. Police across the country suspected him but couldn't hold him, and you might wonder why. It is because at that time borders were easy to cross, passport system were weak, international coordination was poor as well. By the time one country caught on, Sobraj was already gone traveling under a dead person's name. In New Delhi, Sobraj made a fatal mistake. He tried to drug an entire group of French students at once, planning to steal their passport. But the dosage went wrong. They all survived. He was arrested, and for the first time, Charles Sobraj did not talk his way out. Sobraj was sentenced in India, but prison didn't break him. He studied guards, recorded corruption, and built leverage. In 1986, during his birthday celebration, he drugged prison staff with sweet and escaped. By escaping and getting rearrested, he delayed extradition to Thailand long enough for murder charges there to expire. That delay likely saved him from the death penalty. In 1997, Sobraj was released and deported to France. In 2003, he returned to Nepal. He was arrested and convicted for the murders of Laurent Carreri and Komi Jubronzik. They were the crimes he committed decade earlier and for which he received life imprisonment. In 2022, Nepal's Supreme Court ordered his release due to age and health concerns, and he was deported to France. Charles Sobraj is believed to have killed far more people than the law ever proved. Many victims remain unnamed. Many families never got the answers. Over the years, his crimes have been adapted into book, documentaries, and screen portrayals. The most well known is the BBC Netflix series The Serpent. It dramatized his killing spree along the hippie trail in the 1970s. It also showed how weak international policing allowed him to escape for years. While it brought global attention to the case, it also raised questions about whether such portrayal focuses too much on the killer and not enough on the victim. Charles Sobraj didn't rely on fear, he relied on people's hope and trust. And that's what made him one of the most dangerous criminals of the 20th century. Thank you. That's my time. Please stay safe out there and be very careful who you trust.